Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda, and in this episode of Ignition Time, I'm going to highlight some super important comments made by Senator Rob Portman from Ohio. He's actually going to be retiring, and this was a big shock, big surprise for the Republican Party. And I think in a recent interview, which by the way, let's show you this article on your screen from the Dispatch. You'll get a link to this article in the description section below. In a recent interview, Senator Rob Portman talked about many important things, including his retirement, including the impeachment trial, and the current political environment, and why he was leaving, because he's actually extremely discouraged with the current political environment. Pretty interesting comments, which actually are reflective of the state of politics in our country. Remember, right now we have 50 Democrats that are led by the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and we have 50 Republicans in the United States Senate that are led by the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. These two sides have never ever been further apart, and this is one of the things that Senator Rob Portman from Ohio is extremely discouraged about, and he did discuss that in this wide-ranging interview that was featured in the Dispatch. Folks, here are some of the big comments from this interview, because I actually went through the entire article and I'm going to highlight some key segments. I also encourage you to check out the entire article in the description section below. When Senator Portman was asked about the partisanship, he said, and I'm going to quote him, he said, "I don't have a profound answer except the obvious one, which is that the political system and even our culture pushes us to extremes these days. So the rewards in politics have changed. The days of bipartisanship being viewed as a positive versus a negative have shifted. And I think it's partly because of social media, and social media gets blamed for everything these days. So why not blame them for this? But seriously, I think people are online finding what they want to read and learn about, and it tends to affirm their beliefs and probably strengthen their beliefs on the right or on the left." Folks, he also added whether it's true or not. Before I continue highlighting more comments from Senator Rob Portman, I want you to understand that the reason I started this channel is because for me it's not about the red or the blue, it's about the red, white and blue. I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican, I'm American. I want to highlight what's going on both sides of the equation. If either side does something negative, I'm going to point it out, because that is what I want to do. I want to be able to speak the truth wherever the truth might lead us. So let's get back to Senator Rob Portman. He says, "I don't have an answer to what's going on." And he says, "I encourage people to look at various sources of news and, find the objective truth and vote for people who are trying to actually serve them, which means get things done, because that's our job." And folks, this is where things get even more interesting. He was asked to comment on whether former President Trump's presidency actually exaggerated some of these trends. And these are important words from Senator Rob Portman, who, by the way, is considered a fairly balanced, more or less respected on both sides of the aisle. He's not an extremist. He's not considered an extremist by most reporters, by most organizations, by his own party. He said, and this is interesting, he said, "I think it accelerated the trends in terms of the coarseness of the language and the incivility, which is part of it. The toxic environment is partially due to the pushing of the extremes, because that's how people communicate these days more and more." And again, online being anonymous makes it even more likely that you're going to see the kind of coarse discourse and incivility that everybody bemoans, but everybody seems to enjoy participating in. So I think he's made that part of it worse. And he also added, again, comments from Senator Rob Portman. He said, "So I think he exacerbated the partisan rhetoric and the divisiveness, but in terms of policy, he did provide an opportunity, sort of an opening, to get some things done that were very good for the country." And folks, in some very interesting comments, Senator Rob Portman also talked about the role of the media and the business model of the media. I mentioned this before on my channel. When something is highly divisive, when something tends to get more clicks, when something tends to get more views, it tends to make more money from an advertising perspective for the news source. So anything that is divisive is better for business. I want to be as clear as I can. The former President Donald Trump was excellent for business for CNN, was excellent for business for Fox News. Let's hear what Rob Portman had to say. He says, "By the way, I don't let the media off the hook on this one. I mean, the business model for media, as you know better than anybody, having gone through this recently in your own life," he's talking to the interviewer, "is crumbling. And the online presence is part of that, where the advertising model has really fallen apart. But there's a responsibility, I think, for media to actually cover what we are doing up here." Basically, he's saying that the media sensationalizes things, and they should actually be covering the good stuff that is being done, not just the sensational stuff. And folks, in some important comments regarding the impeachment, here's really important comments from Rob Portman. He said, "What's the impact on the country? I suppose you could argue that it would heal the country more to have a conviction. But number one, there's not going to be. a conviction. We all know that. Frankly, I've known that from the start, and I think you have. But let us assume there was a conviction. What would that mean in terms of healing the wounds here? He said, what is that? You've got 73, 74 million people who voted for Donald Trump. You've got probably half of them who truly believe that he's still right. Maybe more, maybe two-thirds, according to the polling, and that it was stolen. And they're going to be told now that they can't vote for the guy. Some people in Congress are going to tell them that he's not going to be able to run again. Therefore, they can't vote for who they want to. And I think that's going to further polarize and deeply divide the country. I mean, I just think that's true. I'm not saying that's the way it should be, but that's the way people are right now back home in Ohio, where he won by 8 points twice. And the senator goes on to say, it's a dilemma. I don't know the answer. I think it's a terrible precedent to set that a former president, now private citizen, can be impeached or convicted. On the other hand, you want some consequence. There is consequence, obviously, which is that he's been impeached for this very thing by the House. But the Senate, there would be no consequence effectively if he didn't proceed with the trial. So we are going to continue with the trial that will have consequences in and of itself, because of all this will be coming out, and a lot of people will see it, some for the first time, at least in this context. But at the end of the day, there's not going to be a conviction unless the numbers change dramatically from what most people think. Folks, pretty incredible comments from Rob Portman. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll provide you with a link to the entire interview in the description section below. These are important comments. These are significant comments because Rob Portman is a well-known figure. If you remember back in the day, Senator Rob Portman was the one who had proposed the back-to-work bonus back in the early days of all the stimulus discussions and all the stimulus negotiations. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. You'll get a link to this entire article in the description section below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. In case you're new to my channel, check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about the country, it's about the economy, and it's about your money. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, I want you to know that on this channel, we focus on politics, we focus on the economy. Now, I want you to understand what's going on in the complex world of Washington, D.C., what President Biden is up to, what House Speaker Pelosi is up to, what the Senate Majority Leader, new Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer is up to, and what the bane of his existence, the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, is up to. I help you understand all the games, all the chess games that get played in Washington, D.C., all the different players in the chess games, including the four individuals I just mentioned, because I want you to understand what's going on so you can make sense of the craziness that surrounds us. If you want to get breaking news and alerts from us, simply get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000, that's 70000, and you'll get added to SMS alerts list going forward. You can opt out of the SMS alerts at any point in time that you want. You can also get added to our email alerts list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and then you can get added to our email list going forward. Now, keep in mind that sometimes YouTube does not always send out notifications on time, so all you have to do is simply bookmark our channel, youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. Just bookmark the home page of our channel, and then you'll be able to visit the home page of our channel and watch any of the videos at any point in time that you want, and you're not going to miss a single video. As always, you'll find a link in the description section below to all the resources we use in the creation of the content in our videos, so you can dig deeper into that content on your own. Also, please comment below and let us know what you think. Our community is bipartisan, it's respectful, it's growing very, very rapidly. All I ask from you is that you please give me a like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I'll do anything for a like, including show you some of my rather bizarre breakdancing skills. Here they are. Okay, that was it. Those were my breakdancing skills. No, but seriously, I would appreciate it if you can give me a like. That would mean a lot to me. That does help out the YouTube algorithm. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. And you can also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. That's ignition_time. In fact, here's my Twitter feed. You'll see what stories I'm reading. You'll be able to follow the news with me because I retweet in real time. So definitely follow us on Twitter and become a part of our growing community. Speaking of community, please share this video with just 2 friends or family members. I would really appreciate that because all the content on our channel that we provide, the news content, is all free for you to watch. All I ask of you is you please help me grow the community and please share this video with 2 friends or family members. Once again, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I would really appreciate that. That sets about a confetti-like atmosphere for me because that makes me happy. And my goal for all our viewers and subscribers is as we get through the different crises that are surrounding us now. I want it to be raining money for you. I want you to learn how to make money, because that's step one. Then I want you to learn how to save money. And then the final and the most important step is I'm going to help you learn how to invest money. There are many different playlists on our channel. Check out the Financial Freedom playlist. Check out the Managing Your Money playlist. There are many playlists that will help you understand how to manage your money. Fundamentally, you need to, again, know how to make money, how to save money, and how to invest money. And that's what I'll teach you on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time.